Good morning and welcome to Metropolitan Baptist Church. I will be doing and reading for you, you're hearing a Black History moment. Black history this morning is of Stacey Abrams. Stacey Abrams, just who is she? Well, she has been a tax attorney, a romance novelist, a political scriptwriter, a research assistant, organizer of 2 voters' drives, and co-producer of a political documentary. She also has been the first African-American woman to be nominated in a governor's race, specifically Georgia. She also started her own businesses, a bottled water company for babies, and a payment company that helps small businesses. However, her most significant work thus far has been to help Joe Biden win the presidency by ensuring his victory in Georgia, which has been a Republican state until now. Stacey Abrams grew up on 3 tenets: go to school, go to church, and help others and provide a service. Her parents did not play in any category in reference to that. So now, i.e., we see why Stacey Abrams is who she is. In 2018, Stacey Abrams lost the gubernatorial race to the then Secretary of State, Brian Kemp. She lost by a narrow margin of only 55,000 votes. During that election, Abrams also noted several discrepancies, with reports claiming that her opponent purged 1.4 million voters from the rolls and canceled numerous voters' registrations on the grounds that the person did not vote in the previous election. It served as an eye-opener for Stacey about the deep-rooted voter suppression in Georgia. And if you want to know the truth, that's all over the place. In her concession speech, she addressed this issue and committed to bringing about electoral reforms in Georgia. Abrams said, "Let's be clear, this is not a speech of concession, because concession means to acknowledge an action is right, true, or proper. As a woman of conscience and faith, I cannot concede that. But the title of governor isn't nearly as important as our shared title, the voters, and that is why we fight on. We will channel the work of the past several weeks into a strong legal demand for reform of our electoral systems in Georgia." And she has not wavered in that commitment. She's lived that commitment to work across party lines to find a common purpose in protecting our democracy. In 2019, Abrams, along with her former campaign manager, Lauren Grorago, wrote a 16-page long document that served as a blueprint for Biden and gave insight on strategies that will work for the state of Georgia, where the electorate was leaning towards the Democrats, but wasn't quite there yet. More importantly, in her playbook, Stacey Abrams strongly made a case for Georgia and why it would emerge as an important battleground during this year's presidential race. Abrams became the first Black African-American woman to deliver a response to the State of the Union address. One of the 3 tenets that kept her lively, that her parents had given her, was to provide service to someone other than yourself. Stacey Abrams is expected to launch a second bid for the governor's mansion in Georgia in 2022. It has been said that a Republican strategist so worried about what she's about to do that they have formed a coalition that says fight back and stop Stacey. This independent group says it will work to uncover what it calls shady voter groups that undermine election integrity, and to unite and mobilize grassroots Republicans all across the country. Clearly, it seems that Stacey Abrams has made and will continue to make an impact on Georgia politics. In the 2 years since Abrams first run. Her group, Fair Fight, has registered tens of thousands of voters in the Peach State, and they raised over $100 million. President Biden became the first presidential candidate in nearly 30 years to win the state, and Senator Raphael Warnock and John Ossoff defeated Kelly Loeffler and David Perdue in the state's runoffs last month. Stacey Abrams has had help in turning Georgia blue. Insay Ufot, the CEO of the New Georgia Project, a nonpartisan effort to register and civically engage the rising electorate in Georgia. Also, Helen Butler, the executive director of the Georgia Coalition for the People's Agenda. Rebecca DeHart, CEO of A Fair Count, a nonprofit organization that has partnered with Hard to Count. Deborah Scott, the executive director of Georgia Strategic Alliance for New Directions and Unified Policies. As we all know, these women are also, in addition to helping, as though there are many more of color, women of color that are in the background helping Sister Stacey Abrams. We just want to mention those few women because it does take a village, as we all know, to do many of the things that we do. So Stacey Abrams and these women will continue to participate in our democracy. Because of Stacey Abrams and many of these other women of colors, our voter polls are changing. So I just want to say and end congratulations to Stacey Abrams, who also has been nominated for the Nobel Peace Prize. Stacey Abrams, no weapon formed against you shall prosper. Keep doing what you're doing. God is certainly pleased, and so are we. Today we salute Stacey Abrams and her accomplishments as we close out our Black History moment. And as an honorable mention, we also want to salute our brother Malcolm Nuttingham, who was a Tuskegee Airman and belonged to this church, Metropolitan Baptist Church. He passed away at the age of 101. So we salute both of our Black History candidates. Thank you.